Everybody, how's everyone doing today? You're good? She's good. How about the rest of us? How are we today? All right, thank you so much for coming to Storytime, everybody. My name's BJ. I work here at Sesame Place, and this is my friend Julia, everybody. Julia's new to Sesame Street. Can everybody in an indoor voice say hi, Julia? Yeah, Julia's really amazing, everybody. She also has autism, and that means she does things in ways that are a little bit different. She does things in her Julia kind of way, just like you do things in your kind of way, and I do things in my kind of way, and Shantae does things in Shantae's kind of way, so on and so forth, all right? But even though we're all different, in lots of ways we're all the same, and we can all be friends with each other. And that's exactly what our story today is all about. The book we're gonna read is called We're Amazing 1, 2, 3. You guys excited to hear it? All right, before we read our story, guys, we just need to go over some brief rules of story time. There's 3 basic rules for our story time today. Rule number 1, we need to make sure our listening ears are on so we can hear the story and pay attention to what's going on. We need to make sure our mouths are quiet, that's why our ears can hear what's going on. And we need our hands still, hands either folded in our laps or hands at our sides. All right, with that all being said, are you guys ready to hear the story? You guys have been ready. Here we go. We're amazing 1, 2, 3. This is a picture of Elmo's friend, Julia. Elmo and Julia have played together since they were really little, and they like to do lots of the same things. Elmo likes blocks. He builds really tall block towers, and he also likes to knock them down. Crash! Who here likes to play with blocks too, everybody? Yeah, I like playing with them too. Yeah. Julia likes blocks too. She likes to line them up in a row. Cool wall, Elmo says. Elmo likes to play with his toy cars and trucks. So does Julia. She especially likes spinning the wheels around and around. Elmo and Julia both like playing games on the tablet. Who here's got a tablet at home? I'm jealous. That's great. Elmo looks at the screen and giggles. Banana begins with the letter Z, he says. Julia laughs. No, it doesn't, she says loudly. What letter does banana really begin with? Everyone shout it out for me. You guys are so smart, that's right. Julia goes with Elmo to the playground because they both love to swing. Who here loves to swing too? Has anyone here been on the swing ride here at Sesame Place? Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? They even made up a swinging song. Swingy swing, swingity swing, they chant. Abby arrives at the playground. Hi, Elmo, says Abby. Who's your friend? This is Julia. Julia, this is Abby, Elmo says. But Julia doesn't look at Abby. Hi, Abby calls loudly, but Julia doesn't answer. Your friend doesn't like me, says Abby sadly. Well, Elmo doesn't think that's true, Elmo says. It's just hard for her to talk when she's swinging. So, Abby waits until Julia is done. Hi, Julia, she says. Can I play with you and Elmo? But Julia just looks down. Abby is confused. Oh, Elmo's daddy told Elmo that Julia has autism, Elmo says, so she does things a little differently. Sometimes Elmo talks to Julia using fewer words, and sometimes Elmo says the same thing a few times. Can I play? Abby asks Julia. Can I play? But Julia doesn't look at Abby. Oh, and sometimes Elmo waits a long time for Julia to answer, Elmo adds. So, Abby and Elmo wait. Finally, Julia says, play with Abby and Elmo. Sparkle-tastic, Abby says. What should we play? Then Julia says, spy? I Spy. I love that game, Abby says. Who here's ever played I Spy? Yeah, isn't it a fun game, everybody? I spy, says Abby, with my little eye, a blue feather. I don't know if everyone can see the blue feather right there, over here. Julia looks around, and she quickly spots something and runs over to it. And she comes back with the feather. She laughs and flaps her hands around and around. Flapping is what Julia does when she's excited. Elmo jumps up and down, and Abby spins in a pirouette when that's what they do when they're excited. Does anyone else do any particular thing when they get excited? What do you do? You dance around? Yeah? What do you do when you're excited? You what? You shout, like, oh, you shout, you scream and shout when you're really excited? Yeah, sometimes when I'm excited, I like to do this. Okay, not all the time. So you're an expert at I Spy, Julia, Abby says. Julia starts to sing. She has a pretty voice. She sounds loud and happy. Wow, your singing is really pretty, Julia, says Abby. She joins in, but she forgets the words to the song. She asks Elmo what comes next, and Elmo thinks, sorry, Elmo doesn't remember. But Julia remembers. She remembers the words to song after song. The three new pals sing together for a long time. So, what's next? Asks Elmo. Snack, says Julia, and they go off to Hooper's store. But inside Hooper's store, Julia seems scared. She claps her hands over her ears. What's the matter? Asks Abby. It's okay, Julia, it's just a story. Yeah. Julia has really good ears, explains Elmo. Sometimes she hears noises that Elmo doesn't notice, like the noise the blender makes. She really doesn't like it. Don't worry, guys, I'll turn the blender off, says Alan. Then Julia takes her hands away from her ears. Hot cocoa for me, declares Abby. Hot cocoa for Elmo, too, Elmo says. But now Julia seems worried. She shakes her head back and forth. No, hot, she says. Alan thinks for a minute, then tells her, cold chocolate milk for you, Julia. Thanks, Elmo and Abby say. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 friends, counts Abby, pointing to each of them. The three friends sip their drinks, and 1, 2, 3 chocolate milk mustaches, counts Elmo, giggling. We're all amazing. Count with me, everybody. 1, 2, 3. The end. Give yourself a quiet round of applause, everybody. That was fantastic. Just remember, there's lots of ways that we're all different in the world, but in lots of ways we're all the same. And we can all be friends, because what makes us different is what makes us all the amazing people that we are, right? All right, thank you so much for coming to Storytime, everybody. We really appreciate it. If you want to get your picture taken with our friend Julia, we're just going to make a line starting from that white wall, going back around the rest of the store this way. Almost at the rest of it. Going, starting right here, everybody, going right down